This is the Joel Verlin Show podcast, talking sports, stupid people, and nonsense, as well as everything in between. Hello to all intelligent life forms everywhere and to everyone else. The secret is to bang the rocks together, guys. Come on.
And, of course, definitely the top story would definitely have to be, top weather sports, anything tropical depression 9, as Dennis Phillips, meteorologist from WFTS, ended up posting on his Facebook page 9 hours ago, roughly 12:47 a.m. Monday. In a nutshell, the way I see the storm: one more day of weakness, 2 days of potential strengthening, and 1 day accelerates towards the coast as it is sheared and weakening. Seems unlikely it will have a chance to really go crazy, but a minimal hurricane in the Gulf isn't out of question before it turns and starts accelerating northeast towards the coast of Florida. Lots of rain, some wind. Rule 7, nothing to freak out about, which is Rule 7, don't freak out until Dennis freaks out. So pretty much that's what happens. And then there was an overnight release of the new advisory. Of course, what a surprise. No real change there. So there we go. That sounds like it's going to be. I've seen Dennis and also other general posts on Facebook. It's supposed to be after Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are supposed to be the really nasty days. Could see some after effects on Friday. And of course, maybe Tuesday as kind of the storm approaches, but the storm's kind of dragging everything away from it then, so that's the good thing. So it looks like it's going to be a nasty end to the week. Hopefully Friday should be better. So just not really a fun weather week, as good weather week as we've had last week going into this week. This week is going to be like, okay, yeah, it's definitely August into September. Yay, always the fun time in Florida, isn't it? But I'll be focusing on the hurricane via the Team Suspenders webpage, and we'll be definitely tracking that. Also, besides Dennis, definitely have to toss out, if you're not aware of these pages already on Facebook, I want to recommend some other ones that are good. Of course, Dennis Phillips, WFTS. Just do a search for him. You'll find him. Easy to find. Another good one out there as far as weather goes, Mike's Weather Page by Mike Boylan, who ended up doing the SpaghettiModels.com, which is also a fantastic site this time of year. And another good one is Tropical Tidbits, because when there's storms out there, they end up really getting into it deep in the very, very deep analysis of the storms and everything's going on. It's like caffeine going around brain, cerebral cortex attempting to find connections. There we go. When you're trying to figure out what you're going to say. Anywho, so that he does really deep analysis of each system and all that. So another good page. So once again, good pages to follow on Facebook. Dennis Phillips, of course, WFTS, then Mike's Weather Page, and also Tropical Tidbits. Well, now as everyone's going, oh my God, oh my God, there's a storm coming. Well, time for something a little bit lighter. Yeah.
And now, time for the Sports Shuffle's top story.
As oh boy, how about this one? Wednesday, Dateline, Wednesday, August 24th, 2016. Police, woman drives SUV through grocery store after fight over gift card. Springfield, Oregon. This from KVAL. A woman drove her SUV through the aisles of a Safeway grocery store shortly after midnight when the store didn't accept her $2,200 check payment for gift cards earlier in the day, Springfield police officials said. Quote, goes without saying that we are just all that. Let me rewind and start again. Quote, it goes without saying we are just grateful that no customers or employees were harmed in our Springfield Safeway this morning, quote, said Jill McGinnis, communications manager with Safeway. Quote, we are currently working diligently to open our doors later this afternoon. Employees at the store at 1891 Pioneer Parkway East told police that 43-year-old Noella Yvonne Fay came to the store around 4 p.m. Tuesday trying to buy several gift cards totaling $2,200. Said she left the store angry when her check didn't clear. Fay returned to the store around 12:20 a.m. Wednesday, parked her Chevy Tahoe in front of the doors. According to police, Fay was yelling about wanting her cars when an employee told her to move her car so they could discuss the transaction. Police officials say Fay drove through the west doors, turned down an aisle towards the back of the store, reversed back to the cash registers, and turned towards the deli area. She then drove out through the other set of doors on the east side of the building and was last seen heading south on Pioneer Parkway. Fay was arrested at her home in Glenwood. She was booked on 6 counts of reckless endangering, hit and run, reckless driving, and criminal mischief. Her car was found abandoned near the section of Water and West C Streets, and not too far away as they actually provided a map. So it's about roughly 6 miles away from the Safeway where she drove through. That's where her car was found. No word from officials on the damage estimate of the store. It has to be pretty extensive if A, the store is closed, and B, you have someone driving a vehicle through a store. So, holy shinoli. And of course, in case you're wondering, gift cards, yeah, you have folks that, how shall we say all the time, that like to buy gift cards with, how shall we say, questionable means of paying for them. That's a good way of putting it. Questionable means of paying for it, and yeah. So check is a new one because you don't see that happen too often for a check. Okay, yeah. So I tell you, in case you thought you had a crazy day yesterday, well, there you go. And then we go from strange people, yeah, sure, a lot of them out there, ain't there, to strange happenings.
Joel Verlin.
Yeah, that's right. How about this from Norway? As this was actually happened when? When did this happen? So, okay, Monday. So that was yesterday. Okay, but how about this? Strange lightning strike kills 300 reindeer in Norway. Wait, what? Story was posted at 6:06 a.m. today, updated 57 minutes ago from Channel 9 WCPO in Cincinnati. Baby, if you ever wondered whatever became of me, living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. Okay, so, sorry, it said Cincinnati, so it's like that. So, it just popped in my head. What can I say? But Stockholm AP, more than 300 wild reindeer have been killed by lightning in central Norway. The Norway Environment Agency released eerie images showing a jumble of reindeer carcasses scattered across a small area on the, I ain't even going to try to pronounce this. We're going to try spelling this. Hardangervidda? Okay. Hardangervidda. Yeah, say that 3 times real fast. Mountain Plateau. The agency says 323 animals were killed, including 70 calves, in the lightning storm Friday. The agency's spokesperson told Associated Press it's not uncommon for reindeer or other wildlife to be killed by lightning strikes, but this was an unusually deadly event. Quote, "We have not heard about such numbers before," they said Monday, and the spokesman's person's name spelled Kjartan, Knutsen. Hopefully I said the last name right. The first name I have no idea how to say. He said reindeer tend to stay very close to each other in bad weather, which could explain how so many were killed at once. Quote, "I do not know if there were several lightning strikes," he said, "but it happened in one moment." Knutsen said the agency is now discussing what to do with the dead animals. Normally they're just left where they are to let nature take its course, he said. Thousands of reindeer migrate across that area, plateaus, as the seasons change. So kind of crazy as you have crazy people driving cars through stores and crazy lightning strikes in Norway. That's a lot, because you're trying to figure out that had to be several strikes. One lightning strike killing? I mean, I know how powerful lightning is, but you think about how much real estate the 300 reindeer would take up, and one lightning strike doing that had to have been several. You're just trying to figure out the math of that. Okay, so just a super quickaroonie type podcast this AM. as trying to do them more on a daily basis, and also tend to do better when the podcasts are like me, short, or I should say vertically challenged podcasts. Hey, how can a podcast be vertically challenged? Is that possible? No, I don't know. Do you know? I know nothing. I see nothing. I hear nothing. I know nothing. Oh yeah, one of the best bits ever with Hogan's Heroes is it's currently up there before YouTube will probably take it down. You have the copyright police on there. Okay, you can't have this up there. But if you just Google Carter, I think it's Carter imitating Hitler, which is one of the best overall bits from one of the craziest episodes of Hogan's Heroes ever, where, of course, Carter is just goofing around with Newkirk in the barracks, and does the comb, and he tries to imitate Adolf Hitler, and they're all laughing it off, and then he does it in front of Hogan, and Hogan at first is like incensed, hey, this is a serious mission we have to get, and blah, 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 and all that, and then all of a sudden he's like, wait a second, okay, hang on, that wasn't all that funny. Do that imitation again. So he does the imitation again for Colonel Hogan, and pretty much he ends up imitating the entire fear, and the best absolute part is the scene, and it's sad to think about that Hogan and Bob Crane and John Boehner and Werner Kempler, all Hogan and Schultz and Klink, yeah, they're all dead. That's sad to think about. That really is. But anyway, they're the best part of the entire bit is not when Schultz encounters Carter as Adolf Hitler, but when Klink does, because Klink is like, what is this card doing here? Oh yeah, speaking of what is this card doing here, like the crazy lady, what is this card doing here? It's illegal. Blah, 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 blah. Then he tries to ask Schultz about what's going on, and Schultz is trying to tell him, it's the Fuhrer is here, and you know how much Klink doesn't respect Schultz, and he's like, shut up, and he's like, what are you men doing here? Oh, we're part of the Fuhrer's personal attaché. Oh, well, if you're with the Fuhrer, well, why didn't you bring him? And then it goes over, and there's Carter dressed to help as the Fuhrer, looking like the Fuhrer. And then Klink is like, you did bring the Fuhrer. And all of a sudden he realizes, like, oh, my, because it goes into the Heil. It goes into the Heil gesture, like Heil Hitler, and he can barely talk. Just one of the absolute best bits from the Hogan's Heroes series. So if you want to Google that, and if you just need a couple chuckles as we deal with crazy people with SUVs and crazy lightning strikes, and as we get ready for will it become a tropical storm? Will it not become a tropical storm? So here we go. Oh, here we go. When you think it was going to come across from the other way, across the south coast of Florida, which what we originally thought was going to happen this week, now it's turning around and now it's coming in. This storm is crazier than Elena, right? Because remember Elena back in 1985 that just sat out there and took ever and grew and grew and grew and grew, and this one is just all over the darn place. Okay, well, anywho, that's it for me. Of course, you are still you, and we'll see if the my hashtag all crazy pick of the day is Philadelphia Phillies to beat the Washington Nationals. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, Washington's kind of stumbled with the offense there. Kind of stumbled in general. Phillies have been on a good streak lately. I mean, they've actually beaten some good teams. Yeah, you look, Philadelphia has beaten two good teams and fairly consistently, so that's kind of a surprise. Washington's kind of on the decline, Strasburg on the DL, so they don't have their top hurler available, so that's kind of a surprise little pick for you. We'll see if it comes true or not, but hey, who knows? I think the Phillies might have a good chance of beating them Nationals tonight, as we'll see whether or not Bryce Harper gets ejected again. I think he's already had 2 this year so far. So anyway, that's it for me. You are still you, unless, of course, you're somebody else, in which case, please seek help immediatamente. And I am G to the O to the N to the E. Talk at you next time. Ciao for now. See ya.